Hello Gemini, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Gemini for the week of January 10th. Now Gemini, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if you'd like to get to know me more, you can give me a follow there. But let's see what we have here for you, Gemini. Now I've decided to switch it up here and do a Celtic cross for this week. So if you're curious as to what the spread was called, it is indeed a Celtic cross spread. And if you watch my content regularly and you have not yet hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it if you did. Helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is the first time you are watching me. All right, let's see what we have here for you. And we'll take 3 cards to clarify as we go along. All right, I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the King of Wands. So this is a really nice card to find on the bottom. Remember, you can take on the energy of any card. It does not matter what gender you are. These are just masculine and feminine energies here in the tarot. And so the King of Wands is the classic entrepreneur in the tarot. This is somebody who is extremely passionate about what they do. And in fact, the King of Wands will never do anything that they don't want to do for their career. They will always follow their passion. They will always follow their bliss and do the things that light them up, if you will, that get them fired up. And so with that, they are the most passionate person in the room if you do find them in the workplace, working for someone else. If they are working for someone else, they probably are at a higher level, or they're just extremely passionate. You can see that they love what they do. And so it's this King of Wands energy, but many times this will be somebody who is self-employed. I do see an organization here for you. And so some of you, I don't know if it's about self-employment this time around in this reading. I feel like many of you Geminis here are maybe dealing with situations in your work, the way that you view work, the way that you approach work. And I get the sense that some of you it looks like some of you are in a nice spot with your workplace. And if you're not, you're about to make some changes in those areas as well. And so let's just go ahead and get into it. But right away in the middle, you have the 10 of Cups. So this is a really nice way to start off the reading with the King of Wands. And this King of Cups here, this 10 of Cups position here is your current situation. So this is a card that is one of the most happiest cards to find in the tarot. It's all about having all 10 cups overflowing, having joyous, celebratory, happy periods and pieces of your life here coming in to view. And so very nice to find this card in any way. It's talking about windfalls of happiness entering into your life. It's the end of the suit of cups, meaning you've gone all the way from the ace through the suit, and you're now sort of at the end of the rainbow here, right? And with that, you can see that these people on the bench own the home behind them, or at least that's what I like to say. And so for me, this represents a form of emotional abundance, or just abundance in general when you get the 10 of Cups. So I always love to see that card. It looks like some of you are achieving a mark or achieving a milestone in your career. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. Now, sorry about that, Gemini, the video cut out. So in your problem position here, you have the King of Cups. So this is interesting because we have a difference here. We have now this King energy coming in. So we talked about this King of Wands being passion. Somebody who leads from a place of passion. The King of Cups is somebody who leads from the heart space. Okay, they lead from the heart. The thing is, it's in the problem position. And what could be going on here is, some of you, the thing about the King of Cups in, let's say, the reverse meaning of the word or of the card, it can be somebody who's emotionally controlling or emotionally manipulating. I don't think this is you. What I think is going on is a couple things. Number one, you could be dealing with an authority figure that is a little bit manipulative or controlling. And this could be somebody who's like adjunct to you. Like, I don't think you directly report to them. I'm getting this specific message. It's maybe just someone in your team environment. And the reason that they're engaging in this behavior is because you are doing well. Another message here that could be going on is to have compassion for yourself and to give yourself credit for this marker or this milestone achievement that you are having in your life and you're getting for yourself. And so those are kind of the things that I'm seeing here. Now, in the past, you have the Page of Swords. This can represent some sort of news of delay or disappointing situation happening in your life. The thing is, you have like clear skies ahead and very good situation coming in, which I'll talk about more as I go along. But this Page of Swords to me can also indicate somebody who is analytical, witty, like just generally intelligent, quick-witted, anything like that going on, and just smart. I've said that a bunch of different ways, but basically that's kind of the energy of that Page of Swords if it's a quality of yourself. Now, it could also be that you're dealing with somebody who's maybe a little bit immature, which, if anything, I'm feeling like it may be that King of Cups person, if that's for you. But actually, if I'm putting this all together, like I said, there's this energy of you achieving something in your career, and I think it maybe has taken some time. It's taken some time for this situation to happen, but you haven't given up, and I'll tell you why. Now, in the future here, you have the Hierophant. So this is the place that you work, the organization that you're a part of. Could also be a mentor, or somebody who's maybe a little bit more of a traditional type of leader. I feel like I've been looking at this card this entire time, and as I've been reading it, I get the sense that this is referring to your organization, okay? There's some sort of organizational or workplace success that I can't stop picking up in this reading, and it just keeps coming in for me here. And so I think there's good news coming in as it relates to your career. I believe this is because you've been passionate. You've brought a lot of talent to the table. The King of Wands is also one of my high skill cards or talent skill cards. You also have this Ten of Cups, so we talked about windfalls of emotion, good things happening, and the organization coming up in the future. Now, on your conscious awareness, on your thoughts or on your mind here, you have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands talks about quick moving events that brings about good news. But this is about, I think in this case, communication. Okay, this is like communication that comes from a distance. So that can be letters, emails, phone calls, messages, texts, anything like that may be coming in here. But it's typically at a distance, right? It's less about in-person communication and more about like, oh, here's your offer, right? Here's your offer letter, or here's your job upgrade, here's your award. It's coming through the mail, or it's coming through a message or something like that. But it talks about communication and also good news being associated with it. It can also represent accelerated motion, getting unstuck. There's something here that you are earning. You're getting like an award or something is what I feel. You also hear in this lower row, in the subconscious, the hidden, or the way that you're talking to yourself, you have this Nine of Wands. Okay, this is, for me, has dual meanings in this reading. Number one, you haven't given up. Okay, this person's about to give up. They're down on one knee, but then they realize as soon as they look up, they're right at the finish line. And so for them, the worst thing they could do is literally give up. But this can also represent somebody who's annoying you. And this combination that I see in the tarot with the Page of Swords and the Nine of Wands often comes forward as somebody who is quite literally annoying you. And like I said, it might be this King of Cups, but it may be coming across as frustration or manipulation or something. I think for more of you, this is about the fact that you haven't given up and you are now getting something that's coming around for you. Now, in the future here, in the direction that you're headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you have the Two of Wands. You're at a crossroads here, okay? You see that there are at least two paths to choose from. This is talks about somebody who's kind of has a choice between two wands, two people, two choices, or two situations, two paths, anything like that going on here. It does say to do the research now, because if you do the research, you will be given the Three of Wands, which you also have here. And so as long as you put in the energy and the effort to make sure that you are, discovering as much as you need to discover about these two paths, you will be rewarded. And I do feel like some of you are at a decision point here in your career. I think what's going on here is, like, I get the sense that your let me actually, before I go into that, let me talk about this external card because it ties in. Okay, so the external influence, what is happening outside of you. So the way you're influencing it is you're doing the research, okay? You have a choice to make. Outside of you, what you can't control, you have the Page of Pentacles. This card talks about good prospects in your life, okay? In the material. And so offers, opportunities, news, good news, but really good prospects, okay? And so if we're putting these all together here, what's going on is I get the sense that you literally have either an offer somewhere else, or you can choose to stay where you are on the path that you're on now and get a reward or an award or an upgrade or a job raise or something like that. And this may lead you to feel a little bit anxious, but it's a good type of anxiety because it's good things, right? On one path, you have a new beginning that probably pays more. On the other path, you are getting a new beginning where you are now with maybe a job raise or an upgrade. So overall, I get the sense that your prospects right now are extremely good. And it's good that it's in the external because it's coming outside of you, right? It means people are also viewing you as somebody who is talented, skilled, passionate, and it's increasing your prospects externally. Now, in your hopes and fears here, you're looking for growth. Okay, this Three of Wands builds on the research, planning, and discovery of the Two of Wands, and it says that this person is ready to take something to the next level. This is about growth and expansion, opportunity for the future. This person's looking out to the shoreline and thinking to themselves, wow, I have the entire ocean in front of me. I have the entire universe in front of me. And with that, it can indicate travel, as well as you see the ship symbolism, the threes, the ocean symbolism. So it is a travel card, but I actually feel like this is, by the way, this is also the initial win in the Suit of Wands, the second one being the Six of Wands. And so I do get the sense that you are connecting on this. You're really hoping that the research you've done here pans out. You're hoping for one of these offers to come through, something like that. And in the outcome, you have the Temperance card, which is incredibly good in this reading because the Temperance card talks about a turnaround. You know, it's possible that perhaps this King of Cups person gets moved to a new department, or you don't have to worry about this King of Cups anymore. Maybe you get moved to a new department, or you upgrade your situation or your position in some ways. And I meant to say King of Cups if I did not. You turn a situation around. It's also talking about healing, alchemy, positive situations, balancing out your fire and your water, but really for you it's about situations working out and turning around in this reading. And so there's something here where this annoyance is being removed, and that may mean that you are removing yourself from the situation by taking a new opportunity elsewhere, the other path, or in your current path, this situation gets resolved in some ways. So it's good either way. Now, let's go ahead and start to clarify the situation even more. Okay, I like this. So you have the Three of Cups. This can refer to your social circle, the people that you obviously associate with or anything like that. This can also represent just joy, celebration, happiness, good times happening in your life. You see the three friends or the three sisters here dancing above the cups that are overflowing and spilling with joy and happiness. And so for many of you here, what's going on is you have a good thing going. Okay, I get the sense that you have this really nice situation going for yourself, and at a certain point, you might even celebrate. You might even say, you know what, Gemini, I'm celebrating, and I think some of you are going to have a really nice ending here. You also have these two cards, which are the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So you are actually, now that this is why we clarify, Gemini. So this is why we pull these three cards in the beginning, because this gives us complete clarity now. You are walking away. I don't know if you're going to stay where you are. I think part of you is like, can I grow within my situation? It would be great to stay where I am. But this Eight of Cups indicates you walking away, all right? And not only that, but the double confirmation here is that you have the Knight of Wands, which is somebody who, this is a card that's heavily associated with travel, movement, moving to distant lands, going on a grand adventure, going somewhere new. And it's also another talent card. It's a Mavericks card. It's somebody who has a ton of gifts, skills, talents, and abilities. And so for you, I get the sense that some of you may even be moving for this opportunity. You do have two cards of travel here. You have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands, and now the third with the Eight of Wands, or the Knight of Wands. So some of you, I do feel like potentially like that is on the table for sure. Let's go ahead and continue clarifying here. I see you walking away. Let's see what other cards we get. Let's see what Oracle messages. Okay, you have a lot that wanted to come forward here. Get more information. All right, let's see what we're going to get more information on. The situation will improve. So, okay. Remain positive, romance, and look for a sign. So I was not getting a love energy at all. This to me felt very organizational, very much about your career situation and everything to do with that. Now, some of you, what happens often for many people is when they decide, they tell the universe, I'm going to do this. The universe responds. And it responds by giving you people that are in alignment with you, by giving you loving relationships, positive situations, positive people. And that could certainly be the case, that as you take this step into the unknown, you're supported, right? And look, the situation will improve thing is interesting because I just said that I see you walking away. It's possible that that's just confirming that as you walk away, the situation will improve. And that may just be what's going on there. So let's see what else we have. Let's see what else we get here. We'll pull some Kipper cards here from the Kipper deck and see what we get. All right. Courtship, there it is. Occupation, very clear. Mature man, despair, message of concern, and imprisonment. Wow. So somebody really wants you. Somebody really wants to hire you here with courtship and occupation. Okay, your prospects are quite literally freaking good. Okay, they are very good, Gemini. And in fact, they're so good that I do feel like you have an offer from where you are now and an offer from another place. I get the sense that you're walking away from what's normal to you and like what you've been doing for a long time, and you take this other situation. But somebody's like enamored by the skills that you have, by the abilities that you have. Probably your resume looks very tight at this point as well. I do see many of you dusting off your resume, putting in applications, hoping that this comes out, hoping you get a new path. I don't view this imprisonment card as jail or anything like that. What I view this as is you being imprisoned in a situation. So what's going on here is you putting in your 2-week notice with the message of concern. And what happens is many times, especially if you work at a larger organization, you get an exit interview. And I do see some of you getting into that exit interview and saying, look, I was not really happy here, and it was probably because of this King of Cups. Or it was something like that, like you're going to explain why you're leaving in some ways. But overall, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, drop a comment to let me know what you think, share this video with a friend, and check out my website, zanintuitive.com. I'll see you in the next one.